And we're live.
All right. Well, Todd is one of the three legs of the stool we have going here at Whiskey and Water Cooler, and we all have unique skill sets, but Todd's is kind of a lot of fun to talk about. He's real passionate about gaming, and he's kind of turned that hobby and passion into a way of bringing games to people.
Yeah.
And so when we talk about the games, we kind of try to find stories that tie into it, and we found a really good one the other day, and it's a lady by the name of Shirley Curry.
Right.
She's a 82-year-old gaming granny.
Mm-hmm.
And so, she's got a YouTube channel. She's got presence.
Very popular. She's got a lot of followers.
Half a million
followers.
That's a lot.
And so we thought, what a perfect time to just kind of talk a little bit about that.
Right.
And just the kind of fun that those games of that era actually bring to you.
Well, and then it's interesting. That's how she got started, was in the 80s with her then young grandkids.
Right.
Of playing video games with them, the old stand-up arcades and Atari and all that good stuff that we had growing up.
Right.
And now she's kind of worked into the evolution of a Skyrim online player. Mm-hmm. She videos herself playing, does commentary while she plays. So it's very interesting to watch this 82-year-old grandmother game away and do commentary on what's on the screen.
Tell you how to allocate skill points.
Exactly.
which is awesome in itself. So that means that in the 80s she started playing in her 40s then, So think about that.
Yeah.
That's a little late in the gaming cycle of life, but it fits in with today.
It does. And what's interesting, my dad started, obviously, because that's when the era of games were. To me, that's the golden age of gaming, or of video gaming, was the 80s. Having grown up in it, having lived it, that was my childhood.
Right.
So growing up, it was at the mall. They had an arcade. I went with my mom every Saturday.
The Gold Mine was one of the ones that we used to go to.
Yeah, Gold Mine. That's exactly
in the mall,
it.
Yeah.
Yep. So my dad'd be like, "Get this damn kid out of the house. Take him somewhere." So my mom would always take me to the mall with her on Saturdays when she would do shopping.
The first babysitter.
Right, exactly. It's like, look, I don't need you climbing around in the clothes racks, you little monkey. So here's $5. Take this, go to the game room, and I'll be back in a couple of hours.
Right.
So that's how this all started for me, was through Goldmine. It's funny that you mentioned it, because that is the one that I started at, was Goldmine. And it just developed into a passion for me. I love doing it. My dad eventually picked up on it. There was a Stop and Go down the road from us, and they got a Pac-Man machine.
Who hasn't played a video game in the Stop and Go?
Oh, all the time. Yeah, if you were in there, you'd be out driving and be like, "Let me pull over and get a Coke."
Yeah.
Oh, Pac-Man with the change.
Man, for me, it was a microwave beef and bean burrito and a Slurpee.
The trick was to see what won first, the game or the burrito.
All I hear is no wheeze in the juice. No wheeze in the juice.
So with Dad, like I said, they put this Pac-Man machine in.
Oh my! And
Dad became a Pac-Man fanatic. So we would go down there and play, and then they ended up getting rid of the Pac-Man machine. I think they put a Galaxian machine in.
I just realized Pac-Man really is just a game of run away.
It
run
is.
away.
Well, run to the dot. Yeah. No, it's I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna beat your ass. Gotta run away again.
Yeah.
But no, they put in a Galaxian, so we started playing that. And so my dad got to a point in his life where he had started his own company. He's like, "I want a Pac-Man machine in my house." That was his.
Snap. Okay.
That was his thing. So we would look, and we'd find one that would be in decent shape, and him and Han never got around to doing it. And even up until the last parts of his life, he was like, I one of these days I'm going to get a Pac-Man machine. So we get to my dad passing away and never got a Pac-Man machine. So I was sitting there one day, and I'm like, I'm one of these guys that has to fill in the missing block. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
It's like, Dad wanted this. I'm freaking doing it. So I got to looking online. I'm like, I'm going to buy a Pac-Man machine. I want a Pac-Man machine for my house. So I start digging around for one, and the ones I'm finding are like $3,000 for a working decent unit. $3,000. I ain't got $3,000. I can buy a busted one for $500, but you don't know what you're getting.
Sure.
So I'm like, you know what? Screw this crap. I can build this thing.
That's right. Make my own.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's always the mother of invention. That's all.
So we've all been part of this evolution with you.
Yeah.
Because I can remember discussions in the development of it.
Sure.
From the beginning, in the sense of you would come to us with ideas.
Yeah.
Bounce off things. And
I remember emailing you at like midnight. Ken, look at this.
Yeah. It's been funny. It's been fun to watch that grow.
Yeah.
because anything that any startup is always a risk. But if you have a passion, you seem to get over the hump.
I still think I remember just a few weeks ago when we were in your garage, testing out one of your machines, and we had 80s music, 80s hairband music.
With an 86 Camaro or an 86 Mustang sitting there. That's the
right
best
there.
part.
I was like, so I suddenly got transported. So that was kind of a cool
back to being
feeling.
a teenager. Yeah.
The only thing we were missing there was a Rubik's Cube. If we'd had a Rubik's Cube in there, it would have topped it off.
Funny.
Man. That was kind of a very cool deja vu moment.
It really was.
And the neat thing about the games that you build is it brings on the deja vu.
It does. And that's kind of what attracts me to it. It's like, okay, this is my youth all over again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's I'm not one of these guys that lives in the past, but it's nice to go vacation there ever so often, you know?
Yeah.
So I ended up finding the formula to make these machines, and between you guys encouraging me and other people encouraging me, all these friends are like, dude, I built the first one, and a buddy of mine saw it, and they're like, build me one. I'm like, okay. So I built him one. He's like, you need to sell these things. I'm like, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at. We're in the process now. I've got Singe Games going. Singe.com, if I can plug that while I'm here.
Absolutely.
You sure can. Facebook.
Actually, it's singegames.com.
Yeah.
So, and I have a Facebook page. It's Singe Games.
And Instagram.
And Instagram.
Yeah.
The whole shooting match is there, so you can find me at Singe Games.
But except, fuck you, Twitter.
Yeah, we won't get into the brutality that was Twitter. But anyway, it's been a cool evolution to get here, and I've really enjoyed it. I'm getting a lot of traction. People are seeing the products, and they're experiencing the same thing that I experienced. It's like, dude, this is exactly what I did with my Saturdays when I was 12 and 13 years old. This is what we did. Or after school, we would go hit the Stop and Go, like you were talking about, Ken. We'd get a hot dog, a Coke. That was 99 cents.
So and now we have people building man caves and game rooms in the house. So this is like perfect.
It does.
And you offer not just one style. You offer many styles.
It is. I've got kind of a fit for everything. I'll build it, pretty much how you want it. Right. It's kind of a made to order thing. So I have some standard builds that I do.
But you have photos of all that stuff.
I do. That's the beauty of Instagram is I'm really learning to use that as a tool to advertise what I do.
And the thing that's I think is kind of cool and it's appropriate because it's geographically located. But you have some customers over in the Austin area.
I do,
which is very cool because it kind of speaks to kind of that nostalgic component that these customers over there had.
It is, but the one thing that the one combining element that everybody has is they're people of my age group. Everybody that's bought one, I hadn't had any kids buy one yet. That's the only thing. And the shame of it is you've got a lot of kids those are making a comeback. They'll play Fortnite for 3 hours and they get burned on it. It's like, I just want a veg.
Yeah.
And so they'll fire up Galaga.
So I think a lot of them play on their smartphones.
They do.
Yes.
And so that's not the same.
Because I'm even guilty of that.
They don't understand. See, they haven't had the advantage of knowing what these tabletop and stand-up games are like. It's literally, it's like a cowboy standing at a bar with a long neck beer in his hand watching everybody two-step. I mean, that's the same feeling you get.
It is.
You have to have the machine, you have to have the sounds, and you have to have the room with the noise in it.
But also, it's something that gathers people together.
Yes. It is. Yeah. It is. You can't be in different places. Yes. You have to be around the machine. If
that
you
was
play two players, you're both
the
at the
magic
machine.
of the machine.
It really was.
Right.
It was a lot more. I'm not going to say social because I guess gaming nowadays, if we're going to move in through the evolution of this, gaming nowadays it's fairly social in the fact that you're all mic'd up, you're all talking to each other, but you're not in the same location, which is it's a total different thing.
Because I actually think, personal interaction is a different set of skills. I mean, it's one thing where you say, hey, the world has gotten smaller because everybody's mic'd up. Yeah. But like you said, is when you have people that are standing,
it's way different. When you talk to somebody on the phone, it's like when you talk to somebody on the phone and when you talk to them in person, it really is two different things.
Right. Well, it's a lot of the games that are out there now are multiple role play games.
They are.
Where you can literally have a dozen people sharing a server somewhere. But that's not what these games are about.
No.
What these games are about is literally what you said, the social interaction. Because you could be, how many times did you root for somebody that was playing?
Yeah.
Or how cool was it to have the high score?
You'd be playing with your buddy
and then try to go beat that high score.
There is a competitive
edge. That's exactly where I think some of that's missing in.
Yeah, because
some of the games. There are some games that are fairly competitive out there that are new, but the edge of it's me and me alone. It's almost like a sport like golf, if you really want to look at it. because one, yeah, you're competing with the guy that's got the highest score, but two, you're competing against yourself.
But you can see
you were by yourself on your own.
The everybody knows the one common goal. Your score to be at the high score.
Yeah. I need to put my initials in.
Exactly.
That's so when you would show up to an arcade, what's the first screen you would want to look at?
Who's the high score screen? Who's top 10, baby? Where do I got to be?
There you go.
How hard do I have to work?
Exactly.
Well, I'll tell you, Todd, it's been fun playing on these games, and it's really been fun watching you grow with the business. And like you have a good Facebook page with lots of good pictures on it. And what's nice about it is Todd's very approachable with us.
Yeah.
How many ideas have you gotten from your customers?
Lots. There's always little add-ins. They'll say, hey, I wish it had this. I wish it had a cup holder. Hey, that's a great idea.
I remember the whole wine bottle thing that we sat there and just doing.
That was the first barrel I had to request. The customer, I got halfway through the build and the customer's like, you know what I want? I want wine bottles. This is a wine barrel, so I want wine bottles to be in it, and I want the wine bottles to light up. I'm like, holy crap, this is the first one. I was kind of hoping for an easy build here. But no, it came out really good. They had a good idea when we got done with it. The wine bottles lit up. It gave something very unique to the barrel that I'd yet to see anywhere on any of the pages on Facebook or Instagram or any of that.
Well, the game room is, so the barrel, the cocktail tables, and the stand-ups. It's really funny because I don't really know if I have a favorite yet. Yeah, I like them all. The barrels are
they're
fun.
All different play.
Yeah.
I think for actual play, for me personally, I like the stand-ups. Yeah, because one, it's what I'm used to doing as a kid.
So your muscle memory is coming back.
Exactly. Yeah. I think, but if I got looks, if I'm going for looks, I think I like the barrels. And I've sold more barrels than I have anything.
Because I too like the barrel. Now when I when I play on your stand-up machine, it's kind of nostalgic because that blinder kind of look, where you have the blinders on either side of you. It kind of, I remember going back
into the game.
Yes, it takes me back to like the 80s. Because we used to go to games people play. Which was that Malibu Grand Prix. Yeah. So, but the barrel was like a lot of fun because I'm a fucking adult and I like to drink.
Exactly.
So, playing those games, because even when we were kind of testing it in your garage, there was sort of a competitive component there.
There was.
You and I were playing player 1 and 2, and that was a lot. That was a lot of fun.
Started.
That was a lot of fun.
Well, Todd, to wrap it up, what do you want to tell everybody about Singe games?
What I'm looking to do is I want you to enjoy the experience. I'm looking to make an experience for you. I want you to be taken back to your youth, have memories of your youth that bring a smile to your face, and that's really what this is all about. So, if you want to have a good time, just go check out my page. If you're of that age group, I think you'll find something that you'll like. And just hit me up if you're interested in doing one, or if you want to just come play it. Come hit me up. You can come over and play.